In the stillness before dawn, over a pond no wider than a dinner plate, something ancient stirs. It has outlived the dinosaurs, humbled empires, and shaped the course of human history. Not with claws or venom or size, but with a needle thinner than a human hair. This is the world of the mosquito, Family Culicidae. To understand it, we must look closer than the eye normally allows. The mosquito is a nematocera, slender, delicate, built for stealth rather than strength. A small spherical head, legs disproportionately long, built to distribute weight across water's fragile surface tension. Its thorax is wedge-shaped, broad at the back, an engine room compressed into armor. And its wings, narrow and folded flat over its abdomen at rest, are fringed with tiny leaf-like scales, arranged along every margin and vein like feathers on a hidden bird. Look closer still, and the mosquito reveals a hidden signature of sex. The male carries antennae of 14 to 15 segments, feathered and plumose, an exquisite, bristling array built to detect the faintest wingbeat frequency of a passing female. The female's antennae, by contrast, are pilose, sparse, whorled hairs built not for finding a mate, but for finding you. Life begins on the water's skin. Eggs are laid directly onto the surface or onto floating vegetation, sometimes in dense rafts, hundreds bound together, standing upright like a fleet of tiny boats. Other species scatter their eggs singly, invisible specks drifting alone. In the raft builders, each egg stands vertically, anterior end pointed skyward, a nursery adrift on still water. Within days, the water erupts with life. Larvae emerge, a well-developed head, an unsegmented thorax, and a segmented muscular abdomen. Through their bodies runs an intricate network of trachea, air highways feeding down from a breathing tube or siphon that opens at the 8th and 9th segments. Culex larvae hang at an angle from the surface, suspended like commas in the water. Anopheline larvae lie flat, parallel to the surface film, feeding as they float. 4 times, each larva will molt, shedding its skin to grow. Then, stillness gives way to transformation. The pupa curls into a comma, a rounded body, a fused head and thorax, and a slender, elongated abdomen. It does not feed. It does not rest. Instead, it breathes through 2 small respiratory trumpets tucked just beneath the surface, drawing air even as the architecture of an adult insect assembles itself within. But not all mosquitoes are built the same. Across the family Culicidae, 3 great lineages have evolved distinct strategies for survival, distinguishable at every stage of life. The Anophelines, the Culicines, and the Aedes. An Anopheline egg is laid singly, boat-shaped, fitted with paired floats that keep it stable on the water. Its larva has no siphon at all. It rests flat, parallel to the surface, feeding where it lies, its abdomen crowned with palmate hairs like tiny fans. Its pupa breathes through a trumpet that is short and broad. And the adult rests at a striking angle, proboscis and abdomen in a single straight line, body lifted away from the surface it clings to. The Culicines and the Aedes tell a different story. Their eggs are laid in rafts or singly, but always without floats. Their larvae hang head down from the surface, drawn downward by a long, well-developed siphon, with no palmate hairs to speak of. Their breathing trumpets are long and narrow. And when the adult rests, its body bends. Abdomen angled toward the surface, proboscis pointed away. The unmistakable humpbacked silhouette that gives the mosquito hunter their first clue.
And so, from egg to pupa to adult, the transformation completes. What emerges is one of the most efficient hunters on Earth, capable of detecting the carbon dioxide of a single breath from 30 meters away, guided in for a landing by heat, by scent, by the invisible chemistry of living blood.
This tiny needle carries consequences far beyond an itch. Anopheles mosquitoes transmit human malaria, one of history's deadliest diseases. Culex, Aedes, and Theobaldia spread malaria among birds. Filarial worms, Wuchereria bancrofti, Brugia malai, Dirofilaria immitis, pass through Culex, Aedes, Mansonia, and Anopheles alike, threading their way into new hosts. And a single bite from an Aedes mosquito can carry arboviruses across continents. Yellow fever, dengue, Eastern and Western equine encephalitis, St. Louis and Japanese bee encephalitis. Diseases that have altered the fate of nations, delivered in a fraction of a second by an insect weighing less than a raindrop.
And so, humanity fights back.
Not with force, but with strategy, aimed at every stage of the mosquito's life. Against the larvae, biological allies like the gambusia fish, hunting them in still water. Larvicidal compounds, Paris green, pyrethrum, organophosphates, deployed where seasonal rains create seasonal breeding grounds. Swamps drained, wetlands reclaimed. Against the adults, residual spraying, chemical barriers laid across walls and resting places, engineered to break the chain before the next bite, the next egg raft, the next generation.
Small enough to vanish in a gust of wind. Old enough to have watched empires rise and fall. The mosquito endures, not through strength, but through precision. A single family, 1,000 strategies, and a silent, enduring reminder. Even the smallest creatures can shape the story of life on Earth.